I'm going to start off with just general information coming up right now. And in the present situation, we have Bethany and Ray. And Bethany talks about taking care of yourself, taking better care of yourself. And Ray is all about yoga and exercise and meditation. So I feel like in the present moment, this is what you're focusing on is just taking care of yourself and meditating. Getting the answers you seek through meditation. All right. If things have been crazy busy or disruptive around you, this is probably why it's important to take some time for yourself and go within. Also, I say that because the block is Omega, which is victory and success. And so this is basically saying that you're not feeling this right at the moment, or this is your goal and you haven't reached your goal right now. So it's a bit stressful as you're trying to strive towards reaching this goal or achievement that you're looking to create. But that's not happening at the moment. So with having to work hard at it, you're really needing to take some time to rest and relax and, as I mentioned, go within. Now, the advice is, though, don't give up. Just because you haven't seen or you're not seeing the fruits of your labor yet or seeing the success that you're looking for, the advice is keep charging ahead because you will reach this. Don't let others tell you no. Basically, the Mystique card is all about I'm not going to let anybody stop me. I'm going to keep moving. I have a goal and I'm going to move towards that goal until I reach success. And the final outcome is, and this is probably through meditation as well, your spirit guides or God or the universe or source is trying to let you know, we have your back. We know what you've asked for. Keep doing your part. We'll keep doing our part. And eventually you will reach this victory that you so desire. But it's saying, trust that we will assist you in making sure that you are victorious. Because you deserve it. That's Fiona. All right, so that's generally. Now let's get into love. And now your current situation, I see deception. So the deception card is all about in a relationship, perhaps you're lying. You could be lying or your partner could be lying. You're wearing a false mask, meaning not letting each other know what you're really feeling in your heart. You could be in your head. So whatever is the situation is, you're not fully disclosing how you're feeling inside. And this can be problematic in a relationship too, because if you don't allow each other to truly see each other, then the relationship is based on a facade. Okay, so keep that in mind because that's the current situation. Now the block is, and in keeping with the deception, maybe you're not, there's part of you is not feeling that love right now. Maybe there are some struggles within the relationship and you're not wanting to open up and give love into this relationship at the moment. So you put on this face and that you're still kind of involved, but your heart's not really in the relationship. Now, the advice is if you want to rekindle that relationship and take the mask off, it's have fun. Don't be so stressed out. Maybe because you're, hard working in your everyday life and having to deal with other stresses in your life that it's affecting your relationship. And this card is just to say it's time to remember to play again. Remember what that was like to have fun with each other and not be so serious. But above all, in the end, you really do have to love yourself first in order to be able to have love to share with someone else. And then there won't be this idea of this falsehood because it's rooted in something real. You can't give love unless you love yourself first. All right. And then as far as your career goes, the current situation is practice. So whatever it is that you're working on right now, you are having to perhaps do the same thing over and over and over again until you become a master at something. So if you're a musician, you would continue to practice every night at so many hours a night to become better at what you're doing. If you're an actor, the same thing. You'd be in classes and workshops and so forth. So forth. So this is all about, currently you are polishing your skills in your career to be able to be victorious or successful in whatever it is that you are doing. Okay, the block is the family situation. So perhaps at home there are some issues with the family that's causing some concern with you, and that's weighing heavily on your mind and affecting your ability to move forward and have the time to practice and hone your skills. Okay. Now, the advice is not only do you need to practice practical practice, but you have to study and research. Books are all about having to find the information that you need. So you may have to look up things and research and learn the skills that you need to learn from a book rather than having to always just do the practical. Okay. And for some of you who are writers, you may want to actually study other really best-selling authors who can give you an idea of, okay, what is a good writer? How should I be writing? And what is the structure of a book? Things like that. Now, final outcome, I have nutrition. So for me, for some of you, it could be perhaps what you're practicing and researching is the anything to do with food. So maybe you're a caterer, restaurant owner, or a nutritionist, anything to do with nutrition or food. For some of you, this is just to let you know that eventually your career will bear fruit and be able to nourish you down the road. Now, I did pick a clarifier, time to decide. Okay, so I think at this point also it's to say, okay, once you've taken some classes, once you've done the practice and you've read up on it, you have to make a decision. Is this what you want to do? And then continue moving down that path, or perhaps change, depending. Maybe you've had an idea of, okay, so some of you have taken a few workshops in some field, and then decided, oh, maybe that's not for me, and moved on to something else. This is just to let you know, okay, well, after you've done the practice and read up on it, time to decide what you want to do. It's your choice. Okay, and this is another indication, do what really nourishes your soul. What makes your heart sing? What is going to make you want to get up every day and sing, and you can hardly wait to get at it? All right, and now for our 3 extra cards. We're going to get this love card. And this is from a friend of mine. She is an artist. Her name is O.T. Harma. You can check out her website and her artwork, as well as her tarot cards. All right, this is stand in your power. Stand in your power. You know, I take this card too as self-confidence, your value. What does that mean to you? Really understanding that you are worthy. You have a mission in this life. You have a purpose. Own it. Stand in that power. You know, it's don't lie to others to appease them. It's just going to hurt you. Own it. If there's something you don't like, own it. Stand in your power. Be who you are. Take the mask off. If you take the mask off, the other person will have to take the mask off. And maybe you'll both realize that you're not meant for each other. Or maybe you are. Whatever the choice is for you, make sure you're being who you are. Because that's what really serves your highest good. And again, I want to go back to, loving yourself first. You are lovable. You're worthy. Love who this is first. And it will make a huge difference in your life. All right, let's go to your spiritual. 27. I don't have the book handy at the moment, and I can't remember what this one is called. But to me, it just feels, it looks like two doves coming together. And it's interesting because it's also full circle. You've come full circle. Perhaps you've had a realization when it comes to love, because I would see this as, doves. Could be lovebirds. Soulmates. What does that mean to you? A cycle. I think this is the end of the cycle for you. You realize you really truly have to be who you are. End the cycle. Start fresh. So that you can have this beautiful coming together. I see the green and the yellow and the orange is very prominent. And green to me is love and healing. Yellow is the third chakra, which is, your willpower, your self-confidence, and orange is your passion, second chakra, creativity, sexuality. And finally, we have from the wild unknown, the lamb and the fire ant. So the lamb is gentle, quiet. And in this case, it has this gorgeous light yellow again above. I feel like it's enlightenment almost. It's like having prophetic wisdom, but a gentle wisdom. And then right beside it, you have this fire ant. I mean, if anyone knows fire ants, they hurt. So I see that there's two opposing sides to yourself. And maybe that's what the issue, and the deception is for you, is understanding which one to feed. Or maybe that you're trying to figure out who it is that you really are. Maybe it's both. And maybe it's balancing both. This fire ant that wants to, burn and follow and be orderly. And in some ways, an ant, when you think of an ant, they're very organized and structured, and they follow each other, but they work in groups and they get things done. I mean, an ant can do amazing things. But when I see a fire ant, they could be a little aggressive. They could burn. They can bite. You have to be careful around them. Maybe that's how you're feeling right now, a little bit aggressive, if things aren't going so well, you tend to let your anger out, and which can explode this whole structure foundation in your life. And then there's this other side of you that's gentle as a lamb and with prophetic wisdom that you want to nurse as well. And I feel finding a balance between the two for you would be helpful.